Alrighty, from Macomb City Hall, this is Mayor Mike Inman. It's Thursday, July 16th, 2020, and we're here with an update from the McDonough County Health Department, some other resources regarding the COVID-19 pandemic here in Macomb and the surrounding area. The last time we had an opportunity to be together, we reported there were 104 active cases, confirmed cases of COVID-19 in McDonough County. That number has changed since then. There are an additional 7 new cases over the last nearly 1 week, bringing the total to 111. The new cases include 1 male in their teens, 4 females in their 20s, 1 male in their 20s, and 1 female in their 30s. The significant issues revolving around those numbers are that means there are currently active 7 total cases in McDonough County. There are a total of 88 recovered patients from COVID-19, and then of course, as we've reported in the past, 16 deaths. The interesting component here is that there's a significant spike in the local numbers, and I think you would see a significant spike in some of the other states that are tracking their data in an age group that is fairly young, the 20 to 29-year-old age group. About 35% of the total case count in McDonough County since the onset of the pandemic is for folks in their 20 to 29-year-old age group. So we would just remind everyone how important it is to follow the CDC guidelines, and they include, as we've stated before, the frequent washing of hands, social distancing, and the wearing of face coverings. That continues, the face coverings continue to be the most widely reported successful strategy for mitigating the spread of this virus. And as you're well aware of, there's been campaigns initiated here in Macomb, locally a sign campaign by a local grassroots effort by local Jackie Foxall. But we've also partnered up here this past week with a professor in the communications department at Western Illinois University, Josh Averback, and a student, one of his students, a senior student from the Quad Cities, on a media campaign to encourage folks to mask up, use face coverings. So if you would join us, we've had a series of photographic encounters with many folks in the community this past week, starting off with the City Council as a group, masked up in front of City Hall after the council meeting last Monday night. And then we've spent some time here in City Hall taking photographs of folks in leadership roles in the City Hall, across the city government, promoting the use of masks. And then we've been out in the community taking photographs of folks and encouraging people to use face coverings when in all interactions, if possible, indoors, outdoors, whatever. But it's most important when you cannot social distance. So even outdoors, if you're not able to maintain social distancing, the requirements, the recommendations are that you use a face covering. And again, we continue to see report after report after report, both here locally and at the national level, the use of face coverings coupled with social distancing is proving to be a substantial risk mitigation factor for the spread of COVID-19. And then of course, I think we're also following some national news regarding significant surges in other states. Again, Florida, Texas, California stand out, where unfortunately many of those states are rolling back many of the opening of their economies that they had taken on, and rolling some of those provisions back. That's really something we're hoping to avoid here, not only because of the costs of folks getting sick, but the damage to the economy. So it's so important. It's starting to sound like a broken record, and I'm sorry for that, but it is very important, and it is in many ways very simple what we're being asked to do as far as our ability and proven ways to mitigate the spread of the disease. We've seen some good interactions with folks out in the business community where people are abiding by it. They're incurring a good interaction with other folks, where folks are being respectful of one another. That's the kind of community we are. That's the kind of the community we want to continue to be and do our part to mitigate the spread here. Additionally, we're continuing to see some indications of continued rise in total numbers in the state of Illinois. Just within the last few minutes, the most updated information from the Illinois Department of Public Health indicates as of today, 1,257 additional cases in the state, reporting an additional 25 confirmed deaths, and the overall state total positivity rating number is around 3.1%. That continues to inch up, both at the state level and, of course, here in our area. So we're sharing this information with you not to cause you additional anxiety, just to reinforce how important it is moving forward. The McDonough District Hospital testing site reported earlier this week, I believe it was Monday, that they had one of their highest rates of folks coming through their mobile testing site there on the MDH campus. Over 90 people had come through the testing site. So if you believe you've been exposed to COVID, or you just simply want to be tested, the criteria has been modified. You no longer need an appointment. You can drive directly to the MDH campus. There's signage as you approach campus and directing you back to the southeast part of the MDH campus, where you just simply go through, present your ID, and you can be tested. The hours of operation are listed on your screen now, and that again is at the MDH test site. We would encourage testing. Results are coming back fairly timely, and the idea is that the more people we can test, find those that may be asymptomatic and they can be isolated, that we can have an effect on the spread of the virus in the community. And for those folks that are recovered, the 88 or so in McDonough County, but anyone that's in the listening area, if you have recovered from COVID-19, you have antibodies, and they are still very much wanting the opportunity to collect convalescent blood plasma so that it could be used in the treatment of those folks suffering from the illness. So you can contact the Mississippi Valley Regional Blood Center. That number is located on your screen now, and their website, and you can make outreach to them and go through the process of finding out how that's done and make an appointment if you are a recovered COVID patient about donating your convalescent blood plasma. Good weather forecast this weekend, hot weather as a matter of fact, so there'll be opportunities to get out into Mother Nature and enjoy probably some good strenuous activity that's liable to also involve some sun and some potential for sunburn. So we encourage you to take precautions to minimize your exposure to sun, but still get out and enjoy fresh air. And again, when you can, not be socially distanced from other folks while you're out and about. Now, we're not talking about the members of your immediate household, but the general public. Remember, hand washing, social distancing, and face coverings are the key to keep us on the right track to mitigating this virus here, right here, where we can have an effect. That's it for now. Until we meet again, thank you.